Hey everyone, so I haven't been able to post in a while because things have been really crazy. One of the crazy things that happened recently is I lost my key to my truck and I had to hotwire it. Hopefully you don't end up in that situation, but in case you do, I decided to make a video showing you how I did that. There was a video that I found while I was trying to figure out how to do this that really helped me, so I'm going to post a link to that. It was made by Poor Dirt Farmer. His situation was a little bit different than mine, so there's a couple things I had to figure out on my own, but it still might be helpful for you guys to watch that video if you find yourself in this situation, which hopefully you don't. But in case you do, here is how I hotwired my 95 Dodge Dakota. So if you've lost your keys and you think you might find them in the future, so you don't want to destroy your ignition switch, I think this is a pretty good option, honestly. You're gonna want to make sure you have a T20 screwdriver. There's this hole in the plastic that you need to get way in there to get that screw off. So make sure you have one of those and don't just rip it off like I did because I was frustrated. You're also going to need some T20 security bits, and so let me see if I can show you what that looks like. So this is a normal Torx bit, and you need the security Torx bit, which is going to look like this here, but you're going to need a T20. I actually didn't even have the T20. I had to buy it, and then I had to buy this super expensive set, and then I returned it because it was like 40 bucks. And this is what the screw looks like this is for the ignition switch, by the way. So you're going to need this screwdriver to take the panels off, and then you can use either a socket wrench if you want with a Torx bit on it, if you can even find that, or an impact would probably be easier to get the screws off the ignition switch because those can be pretty hard to turn with just a screwdriver. So my ignition switch used to be here like this. My plan was not to destroy the ignition switch, but then after I got it off, I realized that I couldn't, actually after I got it off, I was able to unlock this, so I was able to move the gear shifter. But whenever I would drive, my steering wheel would lock up, and there's this lever in here that you need to keep pushed down to avoid that. And I was terrified that I couldn't find a way to secure it with what I had, and it was gonna, my steering wheel was gonna lock up on the highway or something. So I kind of panicked, and then I was like, well, I'll just try to bust the pins in my ignition switch or in my ignition cylinder, and so I can turn the ignition so that it will push that lever down and hold it for me. At least that was the idea. That didn't work, as you can see, but I did find that if you have a really skinny, preferably flathead screwdriver, you can jam that in there. That's the little lever that you gotta have pushed down right there, or else your steering wheel will lock up and you can't really drive safely. So I was lucky enough to have this jumbled up mess of wires that I took out of my old radio. I'm not really sure why they were in there, but I was able to chop those up, and I just stripped the ends and I put them in these sockets here. I wish I had the time to figure out what these all are that I have them connected to, but I haven't had a chance. I know one's probably got to be the fuel pump, and then one is the power windows and everything. But these are all necessary, I learned. So this one here gives you power. And so this is the wire that I connect to that, and you have to have this wire connected to all of these somehow. This is how I did it. I used a lot of tape because I was worried that they would come out while I was driving. I also tape up this one when I'm going to start it as well, because I don't want that to come off while I'm driving either. So since I know it's probably not very easy to see in this video, you can see I have this one here in the second to the far right. And then I have this yellow one here is the second to the left, and this is the one right to the right of that one. So make sure you have something hooked up in all of those. Poor Dirt Farmer, in his video, he had a way better setup than I do, but this is just what I had. I didn't feel like buying anything, so I'm gonna go ahead and just show you. So as soon as you connect the battery there, you'll get power. My windows work now. Right, now to start it, I just have to put this wire here in this socket, and then I just touch it to the middle here. And now it started. And now my shifter works, and I can drive without the steering wheel locked up. So that is how you hotwire a 95 Dodge Dakota. I hope this video has been helpful for somebody. If you have any questions, feel free to comment, and thank you guys so much for watching.